And we have someone else joining us as well. I didn't see the name, but I just saw that someone else was coming in the house. Let me see who else is here. Oh, Felicity is in the house. Fantastic. Okay. So welcome, gorgeous people, to Money, Magic, and Messaging. Oh, hang on. That's not it. We got to go all the way back. Oh, what have I done? Oh, I've done something. I've completely corrupted the whole system. Pay no attention to anything I'm saying or doing. Some reason it's let's start. Let's do this over. This is the true spirit of we can get it wrong. I've got like a loom thing showing here, and I don't want loom on my video. Okay, let's try again. Money, magic, and messaging. Why this masterclass? This masterclass, tell me, go to the comments if you recognize yourself in anything I'm saying. This is what I see. Coaches, healers, therapists being too vague in their message and trying to attempt to not exclude anyone. If you've ever felt like, oh, I don't want to exclude people, I'll feel really bad if I exclude people, let me know in the comments. Not owning the thing that they are brilliant at and ending up trying to be too many things to too many people. And again, go to the comments if you are charging a fraction of what you really want because you're simply not getting the right clients through the door. And working with the wrong clients becomes an emotional drain and a confidence knocker and a surefire way to feel like an imposter. Tell me, does that sound like anything? Does any of that connect with you? Because you are done all of those. Fantastic. Thank you. I appreciate your honesty. Yeah, not some of them, not all of them. Yeah, perfect. Fantastic. Okay. Seems a bit okay. So who am I? For those of you who don't know me, I'm not going to bore you to tears with who I am. Back in 2018, I was featured in Forbes as a female entrepreneur to watch. It was my second year in business, so it was quite an honor to be featured in Forbes. I'm a rapid transformation coach. It's a form of hypnosis, and I'm going to talk to you later about why we're more than our modalities. We are not our modalities, and a lot of people hold on to their modalities, but it's one of the things that really helped me catapult my business in a different direction when I pivoted a few years ago. Best-selling author of 2 books. They were collaboration books. I actually almost forget that I author of 2 books. I'm a public speaker, positive psychologist, NLP master practitioner, 6-figure business owner officially since 2018. I have had my years where I've dipped under, but I stay level pretty much at 6 figures. And I'm a business mentor primarily for women in business, but increasingly I have amazing, beautiful men coming into my world as well. Pivoting right into much deeper work. Yes, all 4 t-shirts, Kevin's saying. Fabulous. Okay, so that's me. Let's check that you're in the right place. You're already making money, but maybe you're stuck at a level and have been stuck at that level for a while. Something has drawn you here tonight. So this is just a little sense check to make sure that you are in the right place. You have a few amazing client results, but you know the results you should be getting are phenomenal. Like everyone should be getting phenomenal results from working with you. Maybe your confidence is waning because you haven't been getting the client results that you want. Maybe you dread getting on calls with clients because they're not the clients who are fully utilizing your magic. And maybe you want to speak to an upgraded quality of client, but you're scared to do so. So you stay with who you know. And you might have even found yourself convincing people to work with you because they're the wrong people. Like the wrong people don't need convincing. The right people don't need convincing rather. And the wrong people will always need convincing. Fantastic. Glad that's connecting. For some reason, my chat box keeps going like super large let me see if I can do that a different way. Maybe not. Okay. What's the point? Why did I come up with the 3 M's? Money, magic, and messaging. What's the connection? So the money is the outcome. The money is the outcome of you getting your messaging right and you getting your magic right. Everybody has their own magic, and it's about you being able to communicate that through your message to attract the right clients so that you can just stay in your zone of genius and be paid handsomely for it. Who wants to be paid handsomely? Raise your hand. Who wants to be paid super handsomely? Who wants to be paid as handsome as who's the most handsome man on the planet? Yes, great. Gwen's raised her hand. I totally want to be paid handsomely, and I hope you want to be paid handsomely too, because the best way that we can help the poor is to never be one of them. The magic is how you help clients. This is the thing that nobody can do quite like you. This is the secret sauce. It's exclusive to you. And the more you understand who you are and who you help, the stronger you can make your message. And then the message is the way that you communicate what you do. And the more clear and precise you can be, the higher the fees you can command. You start getting more precise with your message. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about my journey of where I started out. Again, I won't bore you with my journey, but I'll tell you a little bit about my journey. So my story is that I started back in 2017. I started my business with a 21-pound product. I have gone on to sell over 400 of those. I don't sell that product anymore, but it started with a 21-pound product, and these were easy to sell at 21 pound. And my message wasn't really locked in. It wasn't a really strongly dialed in message. It was kind of general life coaching. So it was easy because it's like, for many people, this 21 pound is like disposable money, and it was before like everything changed in the world. So 21 pound was like an easy sell. I moved on to 500-pound products, where I was getting a little bit more precise with my message. And within 18 months, I've moved on to 4-figure offers, offering 3,000 pounds for courses and 6,000 pounds for one-to-one work. And this was when my messaging got clearer and clearer and clearer. And again, in full transparency, I started, because I got so good at the business part of things, I started teaching people business skills. And again, full transparency, it's much easier if you're teaching someone a tangible business skill that they can justify. So I'm not, and I know that there's money to be made elsewhere, because right now my clients are knocking it out of the ballpark, and they're not business people helping other business people make money. So I tell you from a place of absolute confidence, my clients are absolutely knocking it out of the park at the moment with things that are not related to business. So if you think, maybe it's only people who teach business skills who make money, that is not the truth. Okay, what if every day you worked with a gold standard client? What if you loved your clients? What if you were just like, oh my God, I can't wait. It's like seeing your bestie every day. What if every client call was someone you can't wait to speak to, because you know they get it, they get you, and they're fully on board? And what if clients were coming to you and asking to work with you instead of you having to go to them? Because when we get our messaging right, people start coming to you and asking you for the sale. Drop me a comment in the chat box. Would that feel like something exciting for you? Let me know. Who would feel excited about that? Yes, amazing. Awesome. Yes, yes. Bring it on. Kevin, you're already bringing it on, Mr. D, Mr. Dennis. Okay. So we're going to look at each of these elements. I'm going to break it down. Dun, dun, dun. We're going to break it down. So we're going to look at messaging, magic, and money in that order. Messaging. This is what I want you to know about messaging. Messaging is key, but it's not the sole driving force. It has to be, it's in partnership. It's like, you wouldn't live if your heart wasn't pumping. Like everything wouldn't work. It's all part of a network of things that have to work in unison. So your messaging is essential, but it's not the only bit. When your messaging is vague, you can make money, but you're going to find that you'll struggle to charge higher fees. My own story is that I got to regular 5K months actually pretty quickly, with my 21-pound product being my first product, my first main product. I was able to get to 5,000-pound months, but I needed to get more precise as I started getting into the higher incomes, a higher monthly income. When your messaging is imprecise, you will attract less than ideal clients who don't fully appreciate. Like, again, give me a comment in the chat box if you've ever had a client and you're thinking, do you not recognize how brilliant I am? Have you ever had someone who doesn't fully appreciate you and you're thinking, like, how did we end up this way? Like an old married couple, how did we end up in this situation? Let me know if that rings true for anyone. Married to one. Yes, indeed. Okay, good. I'm glad this is connecting. Your clients' results will be non-existent or really small. Like, they may make progress, but they're not going to make the progress you want. Please excuse me. I'm going to just have a drink of water. And then, so their results are going to be non-existent or really small. Often people pleasing is at the core of this, because I may be wrong, but many people don't want to exclude people. So they don't speak precisely enough to the kind of person that lights them up. And they might not even be honest about the person that lights them up the most, because they're thinking, well, I'll get too exclusive and then I'll have no clients, and I'd rather have some clients and have no clients. So people pleasing, we don't want to offend people. We don't want to exclude people. It's not nice to do that. We need to play nice. And then we end up over giving to compensate for the fact that they are the wrong client. This is going to impact your confidence. Again, let me know if this resonates with you at all, if it makes any kind of sense to you. And I know this because this is a path I've been on. And when I speak to clients, I get this as well. So, and what you're seeing here is me being more precise in understanding who I serve and why I serve those people, because I get them. I get it. Okay. If I just skip to hang on a second, back messaging. Okay, yes, no, the next one is I want you to think about these questions, and you'll have the replay of this as well. So don't worry, I'm not going to labor on these too long, but I want you to be thinking about this. What is the big expensive problem you solve for your client, and who is it best suited for? What is your process? And you need to be able to explain your process. This is where you're standing out. You're making your mark, standing out from the crowd. Why don't they? This is a really important question. Why don't they currently have what they want? You don't need to tell me this, but I want you to be thinking about this. Why don't they currently have what they want? And you need to be able to explain it better than they can, because they need to be thinking, holy goodness, she's reading my mind. He's reading my mind. They are reading my mind. If you don't know why they don't have what they want, then they're not the person you need to be serving. If you're guessing, then you're serving the wrong people. You can speak to the level of person that you feel confident with, and you may need to grow into your next level. And you always have permission. One of the hardest things to do is when you've started building momentum and you've got money coming in, but you grow and you know that you no longer want to serve that level of person. It's not a reflection of their intelligence, or it's no reflection of them as a human being, but it's permission for you to decide that you want to work with a different level of client. And you may need to grow into that client because you may need to understand a little bit more about them. I'm just going to go to the comments and see what you all are saying in there. Not people pleasing anymore, found an easy transition, know my worth. Beautiful. Time to learn how to attract those ready for big work. Beautiful. Love it. Yeah. Okay. Amazing. You need to learn how to say the same thing 1,000 different ways. Your message is meant to be repetitive. Your message is meant to be repetitive. Your message is meant to be repetitive. You need to be able to say the same thing because you want people to know you for the same thing. Now, I put this out and I said, I'm talking about stuff I've never spoken about before. And it's true. I'm talking about the same thing I always talk about, but I'm talking about it in a different way. You need to say the same thing 1,000 different ways. Talk to their problem, be able to explain it better than they can. Present your solution in a new way. People love things that are new. People want to see the world through a new lens. One of my greatest joys is when my client sees themselves through a new lens that I've helped facilitate. People love seeing things in a whole new way, and in a split second, you can change how they experience the world. So this is your brief. This is my thing is that there we go. The navigation bar is covering half of my screen or a portion of my screen. So this is your brief marketing template. You talk to their problem, be able to explain it better than they can. You might want to screenshot this. But again, you'll get the replay of this. Present your solution, a new way that they see things. Testimonials, show exactly how others have benefited from your work. And if you don't have testimonials, you can use yourself as a testimonial, or if you're currently building your business, you can do something at a very low cost or as an exchange for the testimonial. And so then when you are communicating with your audience, it's, if you want, and you struggle with, if you want to make £10,000 a month and you struggle with identifying the right client, this is how you speak to them. So these are the kind of words you can use. And my solution is that I help you, whatever your solution is, my solution is that I help you find the right words, but more than that, we do the subconscious work as well, because often it's not just about finding the right words, it's about clearing some of the blockages that may be getting in the way. And then you tell them over a period of time, you present, how your offer is specifically going to help them shift things. And it may be that, it's a 1 month intensive, it's a 1 session thing, it's a 5 session thing, it's a 6-month program. And this is what we're going to do over that period of time. So this is like a super brief marketing template. Every single one of these could be elaborated on in its own masterclass. So this is about your messaging now. So we're going to move on to your magic in just a moment. I think I might have one more slide here. No, we're on to magic. Woohoo! We're on to magic. Let me see what's in the comments. Fantastic. Let's talk about your magic. This is the secret sauce. Because I put a post out the other day and actually it was genius. So this is actually from my Facebook post. Your magic is your differentiator. You may be one of these people. You may have one of these qualifications. Any of these are replaceable. The thing that's not replaceable is you. Hypnotherapist, easily replaceable. Energy healer, easily replaceable. Sales specialist, easily replaceable. And in complete transparency, one of my main modalities that I use is rapid transformation. You could go and find someone who would probably do a rapid transformation for you, a rapid transformation hypnosis session for you for 50 quid. You could probably find someone who doesn't have the desire, or doesn't have the confidence or whatever, or belief in themselves to charge more than £50. People come into my world, and this is a 4-figure investment to experience rapid transformation with me. And then there are people who charge 5-figure investments to do rapid transformation. What's the difference? What's the difference? The difference is the identity of the person. It's not about the rapid transformation. It's about the positioning of the person. So I hope this is landing with you. I want you all to never, ever refer to yourself as, excuse me, simply like a practitioner, or, a therapist, whatever, unless you're a medical doctor, and obviously that's going to open lots of doors for you, or, some sort of a, doctor that's, it's an easy credibility builder. But you're so much more than any of these. You're so much more than these qualifications. You and your power is the biggest deal sealer ever. This makes you unignorable. I don't even know if it's a word, but you're unignorable when you're in this place of power. Great. I'm glad this is landing with you. So you and your power are completely unignorable. Let's find out what your power is now. We want to find out what our power is. Drop me a comment if you want to find out where your power is, because I'm going to give you some fun things to do. But I got to know you want to know it. Yes, yes, Power Rangers. The Power Rangers are here. I want to know what love is. Carol said, I want to know. I want to know. Okay, let's be honest here. So this is about your client. I want you to be thinking about this. I'm presuming everybody here is a business owner and has been making money, because that was part of the criteria to be here. So I want you to know that there are people who are not right for you to work with. There are people that you should be actively discouraging to work with you. And that is a bold thing to do when you're looking at a bank account where you're thinking, I could really use that money. You will pay a price that's higher than the financial exchange when you take the wrong person on board. Hold out. This is where, what's the analogy I want to use? This is kind of where the rubber meets the road, where if you back down, I don't mean that in like, you're fighting against someone, but if you compromise your standards, there's the words, if you compromise your standards and let someone in who's a poor fit, you're going to pay the price. You're going to pay the price. Beautiful. Definitely holding off. Great. Right. Fantastic. There are certain people you're going to feel comfortable to work with, and certain people that you feel confident in leading. So think about this when you're thinking about who you want your message to be to. Think about the people that you feel comfortable leading. If there's a disconnect, you're going to struggle to connect with the right person. I'm thinking of right now, I think it was like maybe last spring, I had a previous client of mine reach out to me, and she was, her content, the words were written really well. Like the words were, but our words are our wands, right? Our words are our magic wands. And reading her words was like, wow, why is no one signing up for this? And there was a disconnect. And the disconnect was that this person was selling a dream of making six figures on, I think it was something like 2 to 3 hours a day. And she messaged me to say, can we have a conversation, because I'm struggling here and like no one's responding. And I looked at her messaging, and it was, she's trying to sell to busy mamas how to make six figures on 2 to 3 hours a day. And I said, what are your biggest struggles? What made you want to get on this call? I'm exhausted. I have no time, and I don't have no clarity. And I'm like, can you see that there's a disconnect? Like there is no, people smell bullshit. People smell bullshit. Some of them might buy it, but they will then eventually smell it. You might buy bullshit, but it will eventually become rumbled. You will see it. People love what I offer, but hardly ever register. Again, it might be something in your messaging and something that you need to sort of, have a closer look at. Piece needs to reflect to the right clients better than waste my time. Yeah, absolutely. And we'll be talking more about that as well. So if you want to work with the person who fully appreciates your magic. I know when people come into my world, and I'm going to use Gina. Gina's been a client of mine for a long time. And Gina worked with me closely for a year. And it was just like, it was just magic. It was just magic, because she appreciated the magic that I have. And that's no disregard to her. That's not saying that she doesn't have magic, but she knew that my magic was activating for her. And that's what she needed at that point. So when you work with people who fully appreciate the magic that you have, you start seeing your results like absolutely amplify and escalate. Their results, your results, everybody's confidence. It's a win-win-win situation. So tell me, and you don't have to really tell me, but I want you to think about this. Who is your dream client and what makes them a dream client? Why are they a dream client? And then my clients all know that I have something called the gold standard client exercise. And it's like you list the qualities of your gold standard client. You list those qualities and then you ask yourself, am I actually that person? Am I asking somebody to do something that I wouldn't do for myself? Have I invested at the level that I'm inviting them to invest at? Have I been willing to do that myself? Have I been willing to go first? Have I been willing to lead the way? And when you check against the qualities that you expect in your client, if there's any disconnect between you, what you'd be willing to do and what you're asking them to do, you need to tighten up those loose ends so that you are the person willing to do what you're asking them to do. Hopefully that makes some sense. I'm trying to think of all of the businesses that I know, of those who I do know, trying to think if your business fits this model. Have you, are you asking them to do anything you wouldn't do yourself? Okay. Again, this is just from the post I put on Facebook. I was like, damn, that was good. Because I'm a really good writer. You know what? I own that I am a freaking amazing writer. So your magic is the differentiator. You are not your modality. You are not your qualifications. You are not your title. You are the transformation that you provide for your client. They want to see evidence of what's possible. I've got my sales coach at the moment. I've had my eye on him for years, and I finally hired him. And I'm like, he represents to me the up level in sales skills that I want to embody. So I've hired him because he leads how I want to be leading. So in that respect, it doesn't mean I'm gonna become a copycat, like copycat what he's doing, but he's leading a way that I admire, and I think I want to show up like that as a sales leader like that. People want to be activated by you. They don't want to feel like you're dull as dishwater. Why would they want to? Why would they want to be bored? They want to be activated by your content. They want to be activated by the transformation. They want to be activated by the way that you lead. You are free to disagree with me on any of these, but this is what I believe is absolutely true, because this is how I buy. This is how I buy. When I look at someone's stuff and I'm like, oh my God, like what the hell? I'm just reading this and I just feel so freaking like I need to work with this person. I've got better at actually not jumping in on things because I used to jump in on everything, but it's led me to know that I like working with people who completely activate me and who get me, not just activate me, but get me as well, or are actually interested in me and my results. So I lead. So when I hired my sales coach, the other thing is it's like we're one-to-one, and I like that. I like that my sales coach checks up on me before I check in with him. That's how I coach. I've had too many other coaching experiences that were unfavorable. So I like to be the person who compatible energy. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, fantastic. Okay. So if you position yourself as just another therapist, healer, coach, you end up in a competitive market. But when you own your magic, you become in a league of your own. So some of you have seen this before. I'm going to share with you. Actually, I've got two posts. I've got one that I just did the other day and one that I did in last February that brought me 12,000 pounds in business. If you've seen the 12,000 pound post, I'm going to share it again. If you've not seen it, welcome to the 12,000 pound post. Give me just a moment. Let me pull it up. Let me find it. Okay, going to share again. How are we doing so far? So far, so good? Yes? Is anyone having any ahas about who they need to be focusing on? Go to the comments. Tell me what you need. Tell me any ahas at the moment, so I know that you're getting it. It's landing. And if it's not landing, let me know. Fantastic. Great, great, great. Okay. Fantastic. Yes. Yes, fantastic, Carol. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Right. Let's look at the 12,000 pound post. Yeah, yes, Gwen. Beautiful. Okay, so this was my 12. It started out, and somebody actually said to me, because I was like, I did a masterclass called the 9,000 pound post, and then I sold another 3,000 pound off of the strength of this post. And this woman wrote to me, she sent me a really nasty message saying, you said it was a 9,000 pound post. And I said it was, until it made me another 3,000 pound. Now it's a 12,000 pound post. I'm like, how dare you jump into my inbox and question my integrity? But don't you just love people who want to tell you how to live your life? So I wrote this post on the 28th of February, 8:30 a.m. I was on my way to the gym. I was hit with inspiration. If you've seen it before, you're going to see it again. I'm not going to read it all in fine detail to you, but what I want you to know is that it captures my magic. I had this moment sitting there waiting to go to the gym, and I had this moment of, who do I really want to work with? And I thought, I work with fast movers. I like people who move. I like people who are straddling the world between, we live in a 3D world, and we're totally open to explore what's happening in the quantum world. In fact, we probably want to spend more time in the quantum world. So this post just flowed. It just flowed. And it's like, I'm looking for a woman to be my next case study. Now, I will admit here that case study might have misled people. And the next time I put this post out, because I repurposed it, I didn't use the word case study, and it still brought clients in. So it wasn't necessarily just about the case study. And it was a case study because I'd never done this before. I'd never worked with someone the way I was expecting to work on this occasion. Okay, so you can start to read it here. The woman who's dancing between two worlds. On the left side is the post. On the right side is like my analysis of it. Let's look at the post itself. So this is me owning my magic. I'm here for the woman determined to make an impact. I'm not for the, that's nice, dear kind of woman, the kind of woman who moves slowly. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's not my pace. I'm not here for small talk. I'm big energy. I move fast and I'm switched on. You'll be excited to keep pace with me, not exhausted by looking at me. I'm not here by women who are going to make feel intimidated or overwhelmed by me. I can't play small to keep you comfortable. I did that for years. She's already in business. She's making money. She's done it in the 3D world. She wants to play in the quantum world. This is a woman who's toned herself down because she's always been seen as too much. The woman who's played by rules, but she knows the game and she's prepared to play it in a new way. So you can see how this is. Give me a comment if you understand how this has started to activate people, because it's me saying, I'm not here fucking around. I want to really help you change your life. And if you are in and you're ready to move, I'm going to move with you. And I'm going to move your ass if you stop moving your ass and you want to be moving your ass. I'm not here to play around. So drop me a comment if you see why this would activate someone. Yes. Attract to repel. Yeah. Yeah. Fantastic. And so this post brought me, and then it's got a fantastic meme as well. You got to watch out for those metaphysical chicks. They know the secrets of the universe. And you can see, 1 share, 38 likes, 14 comments, and a number of DMs in my inbox. This is like, they know what they're going to get. They know what they're going to get. They're not going to get, we're not going to go, okay, we'll talk about that next week. It's like, no, fucking fix it. Let's do it. Let's do this. Let's shake this shit up. Let's make this stuff happen. So that was my 12,000 pound post. So, and it's not about you copying that post. It's about you identifying what your own magic is. And your own magic might be moving slowly. I don't know that, but it's about you communicating that that your magic is your magic. I'm going to stop the share and I'm going to go back to the presentation. It's activating me again. Carol was one of the ladies who replied to that. And she, she's openly admitted that before. She literally sent me a message. She's like, I'm that woman. I'm that woman. And she's been in my world ever since. In one way or another, she's been in my world. People think I'm offering free work. And that's an interesting one, Felicity. So I struggled with that. You know what? Maybe bossy is what you maybe bossy is where, that becomes your superpower. So the struggle with the word case study, excuse me. You can say, this is a paid case study. Like if you want to use case study, you can say this is a paid case study so that you're not, no one's being deceived. You don't feel, or just completely eliminate the word case study. You don't need to use the word case study, but I'm also a believer in trying things. Like I'm not afraid to fail. And that's another thing that should go in my posts to activate people, that I'm not afraid to fail. Like I've had more things that people don't buy from me than do buy from me, like I'm not, if something doesn't work, I'm like, all right, maybe it was the wrong title, the wrong time of year, the wrong client. Like, there's so many variables that go into something being a success or a failure, that it's just an opportunity to learn and to refine again. I think I have a money block. I think you won't pay high ticket for my. So Natalie saying, so that was 4,500 pound. That was a 4,500 pound ticket. Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. People will pay you what you believe people will pay you. People will pay what so it is. And sometimes, Natalie, we have to grow into our next level, and it's okay. And I started with the 21 pound product. And when I do sort of a bit of a root cause analysis with starting with a 21 pound product, excuse me, I just knocked my light over. When I do a root cause analysis of why I was starting with a 21 pound product, I was working with a mentor at the time, and the mentor was like, just sell. Oh, I'm just going to keep destroying my light here as it fumbles all over the place. I had a mentor at the time who was telling me to just sell high ticket stuff. And what I was so new to business, I didn't even know how to articulate, like, I don't even I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't know how to have a sales call. I don't know if anyone's going to pay for this. Like, there were just so many questions, and it was just so easy for me to sell a 21 pound product to give me the confidence to keep going. But I want you to know that wherever your head's at is perfectly okay. And you can, at 21 pounds, I needed high volume of people in order to make any significant money. But if you are like, I am going in all guns a blazing, and my top package is, you start 1 month at 20,000 pound with me, and you believe that with every fiber of your being, and you write content that appeals to people who think, oh my God, why is she only charging 20,000 pound a month? She needs to be charging 40, right? There are people, people don't buy a Rolex because it tells the time better. They buy a Rolex because it's an identity thing, right? And if people want to pay 20,000 pounds to work with a coach for a month, they're going to find 20,000 pounds to pay with a coach. But it is about you loosening up your own vision of the world. But start where you are. Like, start with what feels good to you. And you will eventually, if you start at a low price, you will eventually get pissed off charging. You'll eventually get pissed off charging 21 pound or 50 pound or whatever, and then you will put your prices up. One of my other clients, she just started doing, just last week, she's been knocking it out of the park. She was doing these little mini sort of like numerology readings. She's like, 25 pound, because she did one in our group, and I'm like, I'd pay 25 quid for that. I'm like, put it out there on social media. And suddenly it was like, boom, 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 every one of these. And she's like, price is going up, and people are paying the price that are going up as well. And, supply and demand. There's, now like there's more of a demand than there is a supply. So people need to wait and need to pay a higher rate to do that. but this is like, you know, an entry level to start really building that momentum. So there's no shame in starting low, and there's nothing that makes someone better if they're starting high. You start where you are and you build from there. I'm going to go back to the presentation. Give me a moment. Okay, so I want you to be thinking about, what do you do better than anybody else? Now, this is the trick question, because 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 people are so afraid of their wonderfulness. People are so afraid of how freaking amazing they are. I'm getting better at owning. I see things people don't see. I can articulate things in a way people can't articulate things. I activate the hell out of people. Even having a conversation to someone who doesn't pay me any money, they go away and I look at their shit on social media and I'm like, they were freaking activated. They were so activated by the conversation, their whole demeanor has changed and they're showing up differently. I activate people. I'm owning that. I'm owning that big time. What are you not owning that you do brilliantly? Where are you being too vague? Where are you watering down your message? Because you might be afraid someone's going to think I'm too weird, I'm too loud, I'm too bossy, I'm too full of myself. She's too old, she's too fat, she's not pretty enough. He's this, he's that. How dare they? Where are you watering down your message? Where are you playing too safe? Where are you not willing to ruffle feathers? Where are you thinking, how could I possibly do that? And I will tell you my own story here. When I came out, I'm coming out. When I came out as a business coach, I was terrified that my coaches who'd been coaching me were going to go, who the hell does she think she is being a business coach? Who does she think she is? And I was worried about what other people were thinking. Who worries about what other people are thinking? I'm not high paced, so much like nature, moving steady. Yeah, beautiful. And that becomes that, and I'm too nerdy. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love the nerd, and like, and you can talk about like geeking out on things. I geek out on these scents. I geek out on, you know, and people will love that. Your people will love that. Even if they're not the nerd, they may love the nerd in you. And and peace, yours will, like, you can really capitalize on you being like, you know, you move with nature. You move with nature. Like, even saying those words, I think, oh, how nice would that be? How nice would that be if I moved with nature? So you can attract people like that. Okay, so where are you afraid to ruffle feathers? I'm too high energy and honest. Great, fantastic. I love it. So, you know, it's about owning more of that. And again, like Nara, I look at your stuff and I'm like, oh my God, there she is. If I'm sitting down and Nara comes on video and I see her jumping around, leaping around like, you know, 10 lords of leaping, I'm like, oh my God, get off your ass, Denise. Get off your ass and do something. So Nara activates me, right? Carol activates me. Carol says things, and I'm like, oh my God, the joy just comes through and what she's talking about. It just activates me. So I'm going to show you another post that is about to become a big income generator for me. And I'm telling you this because I've had so many inquiries based on this post. This was put out, I don't know, maybe like 5 days ago on social media. Some of you might have seen it. And this is an absolute, I literally did this when I got off a call with my client. And I wrapped up a call with my beta test client for my VIP Lite program. 3 months of WhatsApp support, laser coaching. I did it at an unbelievable rate just to try it out. The feedback was so good, exactly what I was expecting. Feeling fully supported with priceless input. Let me tell you, this lady, I'm telling people here who my client is. She's already a firecracker with a growing in-demand brand and bringing in a regular 7K plus a month. So people are seeing, this is not a woman who's a beginner in business. She's not a beginner. So they might be thinking, okay, well, that's not me, or it is me, or I'm way more than that, or whatever. So say she wants to be without being committed to group calls or regular scheduled meetings. When you get to a certain level, you want bespoke support. So it's saying, I love, like, this is me owning that I really love working one-to-one with clients. I have to turn my heating off. Sorry, I'm boiling in here. I love working one-to-one with clients. So they're saying this is someone who appreciates that it's going to be bespoke. And then I'm telling everybody, I work differently. We get on a call when you need one because sometimes 5 minutes sorts out a problem. During 3 months together, I'm not keeping score. I want my clients to have an undeniable experience of what it is to be deeply supported by your coach. And I think every one of my clients here would probably agree. I would hope you would agree that when you've been in my world, you've been deeply supported. It's a conscious choice I made to be worth twice as much as whatever you're investing in me. I'm telling them who I am and how I work. My clients will tell you when you come into my world, there's no escaping. You're a valued client. I keep in touch with people long after they've paid me and finish working with me. And we're not hierarchical in my world. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. One of my good friends hired me and she was worried that it was a hierarchy. And I'm like, I'm not better than you. I know different things than you. So this puts people at ease. Okay, there's no hierarchy there. And I hire clients and clients hire me. I lead with heart and I'm no bullshit. If you think I'm scary, I'm not for you. I'm for ambitious women, fast movers, fast implementers. I'm setting a standard in coaching where you make an investment in me, you're going to have one of the most profound transformations of your life from my energy, from my sharp thinking, from the way I activate like nothing you've experienced before. I speak life into people. Can you see how I'm owning my magic? Can you feel this in the words? This is me saying, I'm not messing around anymore. This is who I want to work with. And I've had more inquiries from this post that this will translate into, this may be more than my 12,000 pound post in the end. I'm a wordsmith. I help you become more eloquent, sophisticated in your business practices, more confident in showing up who you really are without reserve or judgment from yourself or anyone else. Blah, 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 blah. You know, the post is there. But this is me owning my magic. And this is my invitation to you. How can you own your magic? How can you own your magic? Putting out content like that activates the hell out of people. And tell me honestly, and you don't have to lie, who's activated by that? Who's reading that thinking, that's really cool. I like that. I like the way she works. I want someone who's interested in me. I want someone who wants to give me twice the value of what I've paid. You know, that's the kind of person I want to work with. Fantastic. Great stuff. Okay. So moving on. I won't read the whole post to you. What are you willing to own? What are you hiding? What bold action are you willing to take? Who can even see the smallest thing that they might need to shift to own their brilliance? Who can see, who is starting to think, I've been hiding. I've been pretending that I'm not magnificent. Who can see that? Drop me what your brilliance is that you feel like you haven't been owning. I would love, this is a moment. This is a moment that you can actually own it. I'd love to hear from somebody. Or you can unmute if you want and tell me. I'm gonna go comments. Yeah, okay. Okay, not sure, really sure how to step into my match. And who's that, please? Someone's opened up. Who is it? Hello. Hello, Miss Gina.
Hi. I think that when I go live, I feel like I come alive and I feel like I can really connect. I feel like I am hiding because every time I want to go live, it just feels like I make a big whole it's a whole thing for me. I don't know why. Just going live is just the whole thing for me. It's like, right, okay, I'm going to go live in half an hour, in 10 minutes, in this, and I put it off, and then I don't go live.
Yeah. Well, if live brings you to life, then do more of it and just own that space, just like, like what, and this is not a coaching session, of course, but,
No.
what I want you to go away and think about is like, what's stopping me from doing what I really love and showing up how I really want. It, even for me, it took courage to put those posts out there, but those posts were like, and if you haven't got a business profile, if your Facebook is not on a business profile at the moment, set it on business profile, because you can then see, you can look at the analytics, and that post, the one that I told you is going to be my next 12,000, if not more post, has had more engagement than any other post previously. So people, like I said, people smell bullshit.
Mm.
Me speaking my truth is what
Yeah.
people really want to see. And that was a long ass post. It wasn't a short post. It was probably over 500 words, and
Mm.
people still stopped to read it. So, do
The-
the thing that you're,
Yeah.
that you're good at, you're good.
When I did the last post I did, which was about guilt, and it was really just quite a raw one, really, actually. That got made quite a bit of an impact. It was quite,
Yeah, because people feel the honesty, people feel the
yeah,
authenticity.
yeah,
Good.
yeah,
More like that. Just
yeah,
ask for the guidance. How can I show up more authentically? How can I share
mm,
more of me?
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
okay. Um, Miss Peace, did you want to speak to me?
Yeah, I've just put a comment saying about the last year that I've been dealing with complex PTSD and really recovering from that and the chronic illness that has come from a few years of severe trauma. So now it's really time that I'm reclaiming my magic. I'm just a little bit, I'm on that cliff edge of not quite knowing how to really put that on again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And oh, this is perfect for you. As you spoke to me about seasons, we're all in a particular season of life, and the question is, are you in the season now of, it's almost like spring. It's almost like a spring for your soul. Are you in the spring for your soul? You ready to come out again, or do you need a little bit more time to, spend inward? And you know the answer to that. But when you are in the spring season, you're gonna know that it's time to come out and to
Yeah.
really start owning that again. But only you know the answer to that.
Yeah, I mean it's the perfect time because I'm always withdraw in the winter and going
Yeah.
through that deep process of becoming ready to step forward in February. And that's when my stuff is all going to be launching for the end
Yeah.
of January onwards. So it's perfect, really.
Fantastic.
Hmm.
Fantastic. I love that. And that's when you just start seeing the first snowdrops and crocus come up. So
Yeah.
fantastic. Carol saying, I'm owning that. I'm so optimistic. I love to be playful and laugh about everything. Like a chihuahua, everything excites me. I love to be alive. Great. And so, Carol, I invite you to like, I invite you to piss people off who are like, what is she so happy about? Don't, they're not your people. Like, this is another thing, everybody. Be willing to piss people off, because you're going to piss them off anyway. You're going to piss them off anyway. Be willing to piss off the people who are not your people, because you don't really want them responding to your stuff anyway. There's a natural selection process, and the more you own your brilliance, the more anyone who's not right for you is going to start falling away. Okay, so think about those questions. These are just a few of my client testimonials. These are people who did subconscious work with me. And another thing I'm owning is like, I have clients who have had earth-shattering, unbelievable results. So this is Elizabeth. She didn't have the money to work with me. She is now a multimillionaire. And there's a thing called attribution. It's like, you will see people saying, oh, it was, I did this for my client. And Elizabeth said attributes her success to the one pivotal session that we had. It was about 4 years ago. her life has changed dramatically. She makes no mistake that it was about the time that we spent together. She has a clear marketing message. I mean, her brand has exploded. But this was just someone, this is my own, case study of someone who took a chance on herself when the money wasn't there. In fact, she was 40,000 Australian dollars in debt, but she knew she was meant for greater things. After we had a session, she went on to make 15,000 Australian dollars that week, and then she hasn't looked back from then. She's been on stage with Gary Vee. She's spoken all over the world. She has an incredible company. Then I've got this lady, Natasha. Some of you might know her on social media. Natasha is a mentor for people in the beauty industry. She literally put up her prices overnight after we did some conscious work, clearing, getting her offer clear, getting her messaging clear. And she signed up 2 new clients immediately at her new package of £7,000 for a 6-month mentorship. Again, it was messaging subconscious blocks and articulating her message in a much clearer way. And then my client, Kay, Kay is very reluctant to talk about money. Some people have real issues talking about money, and it's absolutely fine. Everyone is entitled to what they want. But she was making, this woman is very academic. She's super, super bright. She loves her qualifications. She went from making $300 a month to having her first £11,500 month. What this has given her by getting clarity on who she works with and how she articulates her message and clearing the subconscious blocks, is that it enables her to spend even more money on the things that she, like the different courses that she wants to do to fulfill her academic desires. She's got a real thirst for that academic knowledge. I just wanted to give you a couple of the case studies. Let's talk about money, the final piece now. We're going to be about another 10 minutes. If anyone needs to go, you can go. Yeah, it'll be about another 10 minutes. These are questions for you to be considering, because your messaging and your magic are going to be key ingredients that are going to determine how much money you're bringing into your business. What level of income do you want to bring in your business? What's the magic number for you? The income that you generate will be directly proportional to your ability to show up in your glory, to show up in your magic, to convey a message to the right audience who are ready to buy. The more precise you can be with your message, the more you can talk about the big expensive problem that you solve, the more money you can command. So the money becomes the byproduct of the messaging and the magic that you put together. And these are just some questions that you want to be thinking about. Why does someone want to work with you? Do you have a unique framework? Do you have evidence of results? Why would they choose you over someone else? Do you have a unique background? What is the thing that makes you stand out? Again, this is coming back to your magic. Here's a little exercise you can do if you've never done this before. I often say this to clients. You can go to 5 people who know and love you, and it's important that they know and love you, and ask them, not pretend love, they really love you, and ask them to share what they think, how you show up in this world, what they would say to someone about you at a dinner party, like, what are the gifts you bring to this world? Because sometimes we don't know, because we've been hiding behind what other people expect of us, that we lose our own connection with what is right and true for us. So have a think about those questions. If someone's paying you, they want results that are going to change their life, especially if they're paying you big money. What is the life-changing offer? Is there an obvious return on investment? So you want to be looking at, are you saving or making them money? Are you saving them time? Are you improving their health? Are you improving their relationships? They need to believe that you are the person, and your marketing needs to be targeted, not broad. So again, this slide is from a previous session that I did, but it stands true for here. So you want to be targeted. Do you work with 50 women over 50, newly divorced, no kids, living at home, who are wanting to redefine their life? or just skipping to the bottom one, you wanting to work with coaches who want to refine their message and call in their ideal clients and charge premium prices, or women building a strong fit body with a, vegan only diet. So the more specific you can be, the more you're gonna, the smaller you go, the narrower you go, the bigger you're gonna be, because you're gonna become known for that one thing. Remember, your messaging needs to be repetitive, 1,000 ways to talk about the same thing. And then this is just about this is literally about your sales. Where's your audience? Do you know someone who has your audience? How are you going to make yourself known? Will you sell from DM, sales calls, paid ads? These are just some things to think about when you're actually selling. You can do a screenshot of this if you want. Will you speak on podcasts and other people's groups? You need a plan. So your messaging and your magic need a vehicle. They need a vehicle to get to where you're going. So this becomes your vehicle. How are you going to do that? If you've got something you're going to sell your beta version 10 times, sell the same thing for about a year, maybe longer. You can refine it, you can change it, but sell it for a year and fix it along the way. So you don't keep changing and chopping, because you have to know what works. If you want to create sustainable income, which is something that I've done in the past year, has been my first year of, of really sustainable income, where if there's a month where I'm not even working a lot, I'm still making a good income, because I've got people on payment plans, because I've done rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. So this is about testing something out, making sure it works, and then being willing to do it over and over again. So making sense to you? Okay. Yeah, do you know what your offer is? Do you know what you're putting out there? Just some food for thought. What do you know about your... And the next question is, do you want to be looking at a higher level of business mastery? Do you want to call in perfect clients, have a well-tested rinse and repeat process, show up more powerfully and authentically? And are you ready for a high-value offering? This is where you have an opportunity to stay or go. I'm going to introduce my my offer to you.
You are on mute.
I've muted myself. You've got to learn to lip read now. You're welcome to stay or go. I'm going to share with you about the next thing that's going to be on my offer. Absolutely, peace. That's no problem. Next thing that's available that you can come into my world and do. So I'm going to share that with you now. And are you leaving me, Mr. Harvey? Bye, Mr. Harvey. Fantastic. It would just be a couple of minutes to share with you. Again, feel free to go if you would like to go. Good night, good night, good night. If you're leaving me, good night. So if you're still here, my next level offer is going to be, this is going to be just a little mini course that's going to take place in January. We're going to start in January. My goal for you, depending on where you are, if you're starting from absolute nothing, maybe a little bit more challenging, but we're looking at getting you to 10K months. We're looking at getting systems in place. It's going to be a fast, furious 4 weeks. Fast and furious 4 weeks. This is what we're going to do. Week 1, as always, we clear the subconscious blocks, identify any mental barriers holding you back, unlock your creativity, unleash your authentic voice, discover the power of you being truly visible to your ideal client. Week 2, we define your ideal client, pinpoint your ideal client with precision, tailor your content to connect deeply with, this is about you owning your brilliance and speaking to that perfect client. So they're reaching out to you, asking to work with you, crafting messages that resonate and create lasting relationships and high value sales. The kind of messaging that has people reaching out to work with you. And week 3 is about perfecting your high value offer create an irresistible lead magnet that draws clients in, develop a core offer that speaks directly to your audience's needs authentically, optimize your pricing and packaging with integrity. So this is now getting it out into the world. And then week 4 is about creating that content, the art of captivating storytelling infused with authenticity, engage your audience with content that demands attention, leaving your readers asking to work with you because they sense your authenticity. Like I said, you can't trick people. They know stuff. You'll learn how to become the authority of it all. This is how it happens. There's going to be one group call a week. You have a VIP option if you're interested, which is going to give you WhatsApp support with me directly for the entire 4 weeks. You're going to come away with confidence at an all-time high and possibly even your first £10,000 month. Yeah, no worries. If you're going, that's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. So we do subconscious transformation, clarity on your strategy, clarity on your authentic voice, writing magnetic content, and I'm a chronic overgiver, so you're going to have so much more than that as well. The investment for the program is £1,500, but I'm doing it at a ridiculous price. We're doing 4 weeks at $555. I'm going to put this price up at the end of this month, so if you want to come on board, I'm going to share with you the different payment options that are available. If you're already in my world, if you're working with me in my intensive mastermind, we can cover this stuff anyway. But if you want to come into my world a little bit deeper, pardon me, you've got the option of coming in for $555 or the upgrade. The upgrade of $775 is going to give you the WhatsApp, the daily WhatsApp over the 4 weeks. Price is available till the 31st. If you are interested in coming on board, you can reserve a space for £55 if you're thinking right now, okay, all right, I need to find this money. I can make this happen. You can reserve a space for £55. Your payment options, these are your payment options. You can pay in full and grab a bonus of a 30-minute call with me, $555, or you can pay in full with VIP upgrade, grab 2 bonus calls with me, plus unlimited WhatsApp support for 4 weeks, $775. Or you've got payment plan options. If you want to take a payment plan, 2 times 297, or a payment plan where you pay 1 times 175, then 3 150s. Or you can reserve a space right now for £55. I'm going to actually drop the link in the chat if you're interested in. Yes, there we go. Hang on. So if you are interested in reserving a space, if you want to have a conversation with me, drop me a message saying you want to have a conversation about this to find out if it's the right thing for you. Open to having conversations. I will actually turn over to you guys and see if there's any. Yes, no, Kevin, Dennis, sorry. Kevin's left me already. Yeah, Dennis, you're already working at that level with me. It's absolutely fine. So you'll get this. You get this access anyway. So what to do next? If there's any part of you that's interested in coming on board, either drop me a message or you can secure your space. You can either pay in full or pay one of the payment options. Let's go over to any Q&A. I'm gonna actually stop recording at this point. It's gonna be super fun, super fast. You're so welcome.